Lesson: ESG social governance factors in contracts. Environmental, social, and governance factors have become increasingly crucial in the realm of contract law, serving as pivotal elements that shape contractual relationships in today's business environment. As stakeholders demand greater transparency and accountability, integrating ESG considerations into contracts is not merely a trend, but a necessity. The incorporation of these factors into contracts ensures that companies adhere to sustainable practices, enhance their social responsibility, and maintain robust governance structures. This lesson delves into actionable insights and practical frameworks that professionals can utilize to effectively integrate ESG factors into contracts, thereby addressing real-world challenges and advancing proficiency in this emerging domain. One of the primary actionable insights in integrating ESG factors into contracts is conducting a thorough ESG risk assessment. This involves identifying potential environmental, social, and governance risks that could impact the contractual relationship. For instance, environmental risks might include non-compliance with environmental regulations, which could lead to legal penalties and reputational damage. Social risks could involve labor disputes or breaches of human rights, while governance risks might encompass issues such as corruption or lack of transparency. By assessing these risks, parties can tailor contractual clauses to mitigate them, ensuring compliance and fostering sustainable practices. A practical tool that can be employed in this process is the ESG Risk Assessment Matrix. This matrix allows professionals to evaluate the likelihood and impact of different ESG risks, facilitating a comprehensive risk analysis. By categorizing risks into low, medium, and high, parties can prioritize those that require immediate attention and develop strategies to address them. For example, if a company identifies a high risk of environmental non-compliance, it might include specific clauses in the contract that mandate adherence to environmental standards and outline penalties for violations. This approach not only safeguards the contractual relationship, but also aligns with broader sustainability goals. Another critical aspect of integrating ESG factors into contracts is the establishment of clear ESG performance metrics. These metrics serve as benchmarks for evaluating a party's adherence to ESG standards throughout the contract's duration. For instance, contracts could include metrics related to carbon emissions reduction, diversity and inclusion initiatives, or anti-corruption measures. By setting quantifiable targets, parties can monitor progress and ensure accountability. This approach is supported by a study that found companies with strong ESG performance metrics tend to outperform their peers financially, underscoring the value of such metrics in contractual agreements. To effectively implement ESG performance metrics, the balanced scorecard framework can be utilized. This framework enables parties to translate ESG objectives into specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. For example, a contract might include a goal to reduce carbon emissions by 20% over the next 5 years, with specific milestones outlined for each year. By utilizing this framework, parties can ensure that ESG goals are not only aspirational, but also actionable, driving tangible improvements in their sustainability practices. The inclusion of ESG factors in contracts also necessitates robust monitoring and reporting mechanisms. These mechanisms are essential for tracking progress, identifying challenges, and facilitating continuous improvement. Contracts should specify the frequency and format of ESG reporting, as well as the consequences of failing to meet reporting requirements. This ensures transparency and accountability, enabling parties to address issues proactively and maintain trust in the contractual relationship. A practical tool for enhancing ESG monitoring and reporting is the use of third-party verification services. These services provide independent assessments of a party's ESG performance, offering an objective evaluation of compliance with contractual obligations. By engaging third-party verifiers, parties can enhance the credibility of their ESG reports and demonstrate their commitment to transparency and accountability. This approach is exemplified by companies that have successfully integrated third-party verification into their ESG reporting processes, leading to improved stakeholder confidence and enhanced reputational standing. In addition to monitoring and reporting, effective dispute resolution mechanisms are vital for addressing ESG-related conflicts in contracts. Given the complexity and evolving nature of ESG issues, disputes may arise regarding the interpretation of ESG clauses or the fulfillment of ESG obligations. To mitigate such disputes, contracts should include provisions for alternative dispute resolution methods, such as mediation or arbitration. These methods offer a more flexible and efficient means of resolving conflicts, minimizing the risk of protracted legal battles and fostering collaborative solutions. A practical framework for implementing ADR in ESG-related disputes is the ESG Dispute Resolution Protocol. This protocol outlines specific steps for initiating and conducting ADR processes, ensuring that parties can resolve conflicts in a timely and cost-effective manner. For instance, the protocol might stipulate that parties engage in mediation within 30 days of a dispute arising, with arbitration as a subsequent step if mediation fails. By incorporating such frameworks into contracts, parties can effectively manage ESG-related disputes and maintain the integrity of their contractual relationships. Another critical consideration in integrating ESG factors into contracts is stakeholder engagement. Engaging with stakeholders, including investors, customers, employees, and communities, is essential for understanding their ESG expectations and incorporating them into contractual agreements. This engagement can take various forms, such as stakeholder consultations, surveys, or collaborative workshops. By actively involving stakeholders in the contract development process, parties can ensure that ESG factors are aligned with stakeholder priorities, enhancing the relevance and effectiveness of contractual provisions. Incorporating stakeholder feedback into contracts can be facilitated through the use of stakeholder mapping tools. These tools enable parties to identify key stakeholders, assess their interests and influence, and prioritize their engagement efforts. For example, a company might use a stakeholder map to identify its most influential investors and tailor ESG clauses in contracts to address their specific concerns. This approach not only strengthens stakeholder relationships, but also enhances the overall credibility and sustainability of contractual agreements. Finally, the integration of ESG factors into contracts requires ongoing education and capacity-building efforts. As ESG issues continue to evolve, staying informed about the latest trends, regulations, and best practices is crucial for effectively incorporating these factors into contracts. This can be achieved through continuous professional development, participation in ESG-focused workshops and seminars, and engagement with industry experts and thought leaders. A practical tool for facilitating ongoing education is the ESG Learning Management System. This system provides professionals with access to a wide range of ESG-related resources, including online courses, webinars, and case studies. By utilizing an ESG LMS, professionals can stay up to date with the latest developments in ESG integration, enhancing their ability to effectively incorporate ESG factors into contracts and address emerging challenges. In conclusion, the integration of ESG factors into contracts is a multifaceted process that requires a strategic and proactive approach. By conducting thorough ESG risk assessments, establishing clear performance metrics, implementing robust monitoring and reporting mechanisms, and engaging stakeholders effectively, professionals can enhance the sustainability and accountability of their contractual relationships. Furthermore, by incorporating practical tools and frameworks, such as the ESG Risk Assessment Matrix, Balanced Scorecard Framework, and ESG Dispute Resolution Protocol, parties can address real-world challenges and advance proficiency in this emerging domain. Through ongoing education and capacity-building efforts, professionals can remain at the forefront of ESG integration, driving positive change and creating lasting value in their contractual relationships.